Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. Just yesterday we got the new PTS update, which is basically the public test server. What that is basically the future updates coming for Fallout 76. All of them get uploaded onto this first. People can go on who are on PC and kind of test them out and stuff like that. But basically we get a first look at all the cool stuff that's coming in for the future, and basically that's what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to be covering all of it, so there will be spoilers just in case you don't want any. You're probably best tuning off now. But if you want them and you want to have a little bit of an insight what's coming into Fallout 76, make sure to stay tuned. Now before we dive straight in, guys, if you do enjoy the video, please help support the channel. Click on that like button, and if you're new around here and want to kind of keep up to date with everything going on in Fallout 76, make sure to subscribe. Let's dive straight in. Alright guys, first things first is the new endgame boss fight coming into Fallout 76. It is another event which is activated by nuking a location, and this event's going to be called Seismic Activity. With this one, you nuke the location and the Ultrasite Titan will appear, and it is massive. It's the biggest creature that's ever been introduced into Fallout 76 so far, and it's a lot of fun. There is a couple of downsides, but it is the PTS, so it's all still in testing. There's still improvements to be made, so you've got to take all of it with a kind of pinch of salt. From my experience personally, which you can see in the background, I feel like there wasn't enough kind of other enemies spawning in. I feel like you should have more hordes. There was like the odd mole miner spawn in, but very little, as you can see in the gameplay. I don't think I've seen one until after the event finished or right at the end of the event. Now this event is slightly different. What you've got to do is destroy the ultrasite veins that come up out of the ground. Destroy them. Once they're all destroyed, you can then start causing damage to the boss. A little word of warning as well, they can only be destroyed by melee for some reason, not entirely sure, and sadly when I did do this event, people just spammed legacies and we literally completed the event in like 3 to 4 minutes. So still no update on the legacy weapons, and they're still going to be in the game, sadly, but you know, hopefully something gets done soon enough. On top of that as well, guys, we will be getting 3 new events. We've got Most Wanted coming in, which basically is a kind of western coppers and robbers type of thing. You go in, you've got to steal all the loot, you've got to give it into the wagon, which is like in the middle of the area, while kind of defending yourself against waves of robots that's coming in. Once you've put all the loot in the wagon, you've then got to defend the wagon from more robots. It's quite fun, pretty decent event. It brings in a lot of teamwork because you do need to kind of gather a lot of loot to bring in and fill the wagon up. You need like 600 to fill it up, which does take a little while to do if you are on your own, because some of them's only giving you like 5 loot per kind of collection. As you can see, I run around collecting it from different points. There's safes or kind of like cardboard cutouts which you collect the stuff from, and it's a decent event. I'm not gonna lie, it's something like a little bit different, something enjoyable. The second event is one called Tunnel of Love. This one's kind of set in a kind of a load-bearing kind of environment. Basically, you go down into a mine shaft. You've got to fix this ride because, of course, the Nuka World on tour is all based on this kind of new location coming in, which is kind of like a carnival. So you're going down in this Tunnel of Love. Stereotypically, that type of ride is where 2 lovers go on a ride. They ride through somewhere, and you get the gist of it. But basically, it's been damaged over time and stuff. So you've got to go down. You've got to go find the lights, repair the lights, and also fix the actual kind of train track going through. Once all that's been done, you've got to kind of defend it all, make sure you fight off the waves of enemies coming in, which was actually very surprising. There was death claws, there was all sorts kind of attacking you and stuff through this, which I thought was really refreshing and really exciting, because I thought it would have just been like mole rats and mole miners, but no, there was death claws in there as well. After that, you've got to find some parts for a robot and basically go set up a robot wedding, kind of linking with the whole theme of the Tunnel of Love. It's all based around love and stuff like that, and it just finishes off the event there and then. Now the final event is one of probably the craziest ones added in, probably the craziest other than the boss fight, but this one's pretty cool. It's called Spin the Wheel, and it's a lot of fun. So basically you go to this location, it's got a big wheel in the middle, you spin it, and when you spin it, it randomizes what enemy you're going to be getting attacked by. You've got 3 different kind of objectives that you've got to defend, so you go around defending them, and the enemies that are coming in are honestly the craziest enemies you will find in any Fallout event that I've seen in Fallout 76. It's mad. So I got waves of super mutant behemoths. I got sheep squatches. I got the imposter sheep squatch. It was absolutely awesome. Like it's just crazy the stuff that's coming in there. Of course, usually in other events we're getting stuff that's kind of just like ghouls or maybe like other different enemies that's getting thrown in there, just waves of the same stuff. Whereas this one, it's completely random. You get an exploding rad stags I've heard you can get as well, which is insane. I've not fought them yet, but it sounds crazy. But yeah, lots of cool stuff coming in that one. A lot of fun too. The next new addition is something called the Nuka Arcade, which is basically an arcade in a way. So you go in there and it's a kind of a way where you can go in there, you can spend some caps as well as earn a new currency. Now the new currency is a lot more refreshing than what I thought it was going to be. When I first heard there was going to be a new currency, I thought, oh god, not another one. But it actually turns out to be pretty decent. So you can go in there and you can just sit on the different ones if you want. They've got like the shooting ones where you've got the kind of targets moving, you've got to shoot them. They've got like the whack-a-mole thing. You've got the one where you whack the metal plate and the bell goes up and the pin goes up and hits the bell. Lots of different stuff to get involved in and kind of try out. And every time you do it, it tends to cost like 1 cap per go. And every time you complete it, you'll get some of this new currency. Now this currency is really easy to actually spend as well. So what you do is you go over inside the Nuka Arcade tent and at the back there's a terminal and you go to the terminal. It's basically got price lists of everything you can buy and some of those stuff I don't actually fully know what they are yet. So it's going to take some investigating, but we'll have a video on that later on in the future when we find out exactly what they all are. But an exciting one in there is actually the Thirst Zapper, which is a weapon which you can actually buy in there. A weapon that we've seen in Fallout 4 I believe, and now it's getting re-released into Fallout 76. I've still got to do some tests and see if we can get legendary variants and stuff like that of it, but it's definitely a little kind of exciting one that you can see in there. The next feature that's got added in is absolutely fantastic. Of course, we heard of it before in the kind of patch notes and stuff, but we never had a kind of testing it out or seeing some video of it, and that is the free cam build mode. I've tested this out personally, just briefly, just to have a little scan around of it and stuff and see how it feels, and I've got to be honest, it's really smooth, really good. Like, I played it earlier on today when I was testing it all out, and I didn't actually realize, but you can just go straight through walls and stuff. You don't have to worry about the faff on of maybe getting trapped in a room and having to cancel off build mode to open a door or something like that. You can literally go through walls, through foundations, through roofs, and you can fly all the way up as high as you can kind of like build and just go all around your entire building area. So it works really well and it's really smooth from what I've played so far. Now with this update, of course, we're going to be getting lots of new stuff, and in this new stuff we've got new clothing, we've got new camp items, we've got new legendary weapons, all of which I'll put in the background just to kind of play through and stuff. But overall, from what I've seen so far, there's some which are really good. There's a little kind of like prefab Nuka-Cola vendor stations. I've seen these at the actual like area of the Nuka-Cola carnival, and I seen it and I thought, you know what, I wish we could buy one of them. No doubt they'll probably add one in the atomic shop. Then it turns out I actually got the plan for them and you can actually build them at your camp. So that turns out to be pretty good. A lot of people will be happy about that. The fact you don't have to buy it with real world money and stuff, and it is available in the game as a free item. The legendary weapons wise, there is some pretty cool ones. Skins on them in particular are the best. They've got like Nuka-Cola skins on them. I wish they'd kind of throw some of these in. Maybe they will in the future as kind of like atomic shop items or scoreboard items so we can unlock them and use them on other weapons. But there's one that really stood out for me, and that was the grand finale. This is a kind of broadsider where it's shooting out cannonballs, and when it hits an enemy or hits the ground, whichever it hits first, it explodes and sends off fireworks. Now this could possibly be used to kind of annoy people and troll people maybe if like loads of people's doing it, but for the fact it's with a broadsider, there is a slow reload time, so unless you do the ammo glitch or something like that, it should hopefully be fine. Now another really cool thing I found in there was a new vendor called Chloe the Clown, which is a vendor that is actually located at the Nuka World on tour. And you can go up to Chloe the Clown and basically from her you can actually buy a paddle ball, which is something that we could get in the game before, but it was very hard, very slow to kind of get it. You had to go get it from Camden Park and it was just a nightmare really. But overall you can go and buy this for like, what was it, 79 caps I think I bought it for. As well as that, she does also have some camp plans up for sale as well, which is pretty cool. So not all of the stuff that's getting added in is via event rewards and stuff. Now finally, there is a new item coming in for Fallout First users, and this is the new ammo box. This is one that's really exciting. Of course, we have seen the scrap box previously in Fallout 76, where you go up and you send all your loot in there, and it doesn't take any of your stash space, and it's unlimited. So you can put as much scrap in there as possible, and it's just happy days. As long as you've got Fallout First, you can use it. Now there's a new one coming in, which is not going to be any extra cost or anything like that, but it works in the same way. So Fallout First users will be getting a new ammo box where you can store as much ammo as you like in there, and it'll take away all that carry weight from your stash box, relieving the kind of all the weight that it takes up in there. There is one little side note with it though, it will not be able to store plasma or fusion cores in there, but other than that you can send in any and as much ammo as you like. But there you go guys, there's a kind of overview of all the new stuff that's came in, as well as the visuals for it now, since we can test it out and stuff like that. I will be doing more videos over the next few days and the next week or so, covering these into a little bit more details, including the rewards from events and stuff like that. So make sure to stay tuned for them, and if you've enjoyed this one, hit the like button, and of course guys, if you want to keep up to date with everything, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one guys, bye bye.